JD here with the Ohio Department of Transportation in the Office of CAD and Mapping Services. And this video I'm going to go over some of the incompatibilities between our beta release of our OHDOT CONNECT CAD standards and our formal release. So first off, if you're here, I'm assuming that you are a beta user of our standards, and thank you for using it, and we appreciate any feedback that you may have provided. Okay, so first thing, with our beta release, we had two different installers. An old and our first round of the beta, we had MSI to install. So if you installed our standards with MSI, you need to uninstall that and install it with the new executable. Now the executable install was released during beta, so you could have installed it using the executable. If that's the case, then you don't need to uninstall. So one way to tell if you installed it for the MSI versus the executable is if you go to your start menu and you go to the Ohio DOT CAD folder. If you don't see Ohio DOT CAD notifications option, that's a good indicator that you installed via the MSI, and that needs to be uninstalled, and then install the standards using our executable that is on our website. Okay, so then once you get that part done, if you already had the executable installed, then your standards could still have the beta version. So if you haven't synced up to April 12th, which is the day we took our standards out of beta, anything before that, you'd have the beta version of the files, and that's where the incompatibilities come into play here when you switch from anything before April 12th to April 12th and beyond. Okay, so really there's just one major incompatibility, and that is with the sheet cells. So the sheet cells in the beta release, we have all of this attribute data on the side as tag data. And so if I hover over this one, you see tag. So this is a sheet cell from the beta. What we did was we switched all the tags to item type properties. So we didn't intend to break something from beta to the formal release, but this is just one of those things that it's better to do this before we go to the formal release, because item types give us several benefits, and tag sets are depreciated anyways. So they're on the way out anyways. So it was a good thing that we did this before we got out of beta, but it's just unfortunate that the beta users now run into this little problem. But I guess that's comes with the risk of using the beta, right? So I'm going to walk through kind of the process of how to update your sheet cells. So first, the workflow would be use the old Sheet Manager app to export out all your sheet data, then update all your sheet cells to the new stuff, and then use the new Sheet Manager app to import in that data so you didn't lose anything. Okay, so since we updated the sheet cells from tags to item types, that means our sheet cell library is updated, so you no longer have the tag sets. That also means that our Sheet Manager app was updated to work with the item types rather than the sheet, or rather than the tag sets, as well as our Place Sheet Cells app has been updated as well. So there's videos on our YouTube channel for those two. But in order to use the old Sheet Manager, see how this one opens the new one, you have to open it through a key in because it's no longer in the GUI, but it's still in the standards. I'm assuming maybe in a year from now I'll remove it. I'm just going to leave it in there for the beta users to do this part. Another way you could tell if you have a beta version is the Sheet Manager icon. In the beta version, there's a star up here, and then in the formal release, it's a suitcase looking thing. So let's start by opening up the old one. So we'll go to our key in, and I already copied the command, but it's just VBA load ODOT sheet manager dot mvba semicolon VBA run ODOT sheet manager. So the project I'm in is got quite a bit of files, so it might take a second to load. So I'll pause here. Or I guess I don't need to because it's already loaded. Okay, so all these files are listed, but you'll notice if I click on them, there's no properties because all these have item types, and this is the old version of the sheet manager. So it's only going to read tags. So this is the file I'm in right now. So this is the only one I have that has the old cell in there. So what you can do is just switch your mode to Excel output, and write that data to an Excel file, so you don't lose it. So for me, it's going to place a bunch of stuff that doesn't really have any data. So all these files, don't have anything, but this one does. That's the one I purposely put the old cell in. So I don't have to, but maybe I want to come in here and delete these lines out. It would just skip over them, but okay. So then you can save that. I've already saved it. So now it's time to update this cell. So unfortunately, I can close this app. The replace cells tool doesn't work 100%, so we can't use this to replace the cells. That'd be the easiest option, but when you do that, it breaks the item types, which is unfortunate. So really, you're left with just deleting the cell and placing a new one. So if you haven't dropped it, then it's really easy to delete. Maybe you want to place your new sheet before you delete it so you can put it in the right spot. So I can just come to my new sheet cells app, and I can click on the one I want. It doesn't really matter. I'll just double click that. Now it's active. And there's a video on this one, so I won't go through how to use this. So I'll place it. Come here and I'll delete the old one. So now I just have one cell in there. So the last step would be, would repeat this for all your sheets, so all your sheet cells are updated, and then import that data back in. So I'll do that next. One more thing, you don't have to do it, but technically your tag sets are still in this file. So if you wanted to, you can manage and remove the tag sets. It's not going to hurt anything if you leave them in there, so it's not a big deal. But just noting that that's there. Okay, so now I'm going to launch the new Sheet Manager app. This might take a second, so I'm going to pause. Okay, so it's loaded up. So I'll just apply some filters. Again, there's a video on this, but this is the file I'm after, since it's the only one that I updated. For you, you would have a bunch, but you're just going to switch your mode to import from Excel and hit that button, and now you're going to select wherever you saved your Excel file, and it's going to update it. And if I come in here, it looks like it found the data, and then it's updating the data, the item type values, and it's done. It took 7 seconds, mainly because I had to select the file. But so that's all you have to do. I know it's not ideal, but in the long run, it's better that we switch to item types. If you guys have any questions or problems, please let me know. That we again appreciate you using the beta, and hopefully this video helps you in that transition off of the beta into the formal release. See you in the next video.